Hello everybody and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Let us talk about the wealth ratio, what's happening. Well, first of all, what happened to the price action? As we can see, the price action went up as I predicted a little bit and said we need to see what's happening to 40,700. That will be the next level. After that, 41,400. We just reached 40,700 and then we declined. I wasn't struggling a little bit to the price action because I was detecting something on CBD. We will talk about that later. But however, yeah, I did a good gain today shorting, and maybe we are not over yet. So we need to see. However, stablecoin, no, weights ratio 30 hours moving average, as you can see here. They sent, as you can see, I have mentioned that kind of formation is very rare on weights ratio, and that's indicating something is going to happen next because weights are sending less bitcoins to the exchanges. That was when the price just did that formation, indicating something is going to happen next. So a bullish price action, something like a pump. And of course, I mean, the whales ratio have started to rise afterwards, indicating whales are sending more bitcoins to the exchanges, and the consequence was we just lifted up to 40,700. We failed two times just to break out there, and you can see here that was actually the top. And just take a look to the candles. I mean, that was just a joke, and we reached 1.0, indicating whales were sending there a lot of Bitcoin. And I will show you which kind of entities were involved here. Who was that clever to send his Bitcoins here? You can imagine that, but we will talk about that later. So whales ratio, as you can see, it's rising in more, and that's indicating they are sending more Bitcoins to the exchanges. So at the moment, I wouldn't say we are done at the moment. Stablecoin reserves on exchanges rised and it's declining. So it's and then decline. So it's also indicating here that was very good planned. And interesting is today I received three times. Usually I'm receiving such kind of well alerts 1 to 2 times in a day. Today it was three times outflow from Binance 125 millions and Tether. Three times. That's explaining a lot and that's not good for the market. Not at all. Stablecoin supply. What should I say? Downward trend. It's not good. And that matches very well to what I have detected since a while with USDC and the redeemed supply. They're sending USDCs back to Coinbase to convert that and fiat. And last year in summer, and that was huge, we had such kind of formation indicating a lot of USDCs went back to Coinbase to redeemed. Now we are doing that, and it's not stopping. So let us go more zoom in to show what's happening. We are talking about here, I mean, just yesterday, 900 million, 500 million, 850 million, 744 million, 1 billion, 770 million, 1 billion, two times them, and then just 2 days in a row, 700 million, another 1 billion, 1,400,000,000, and so on and so forth. If we check last year, and that was huge, was 900 million one time, one day. We are doing that every couple day. That's not cool at all. So let us talk about future market. No, not future market, not yet. We will talk about future market, but not yet. I'm longing, so if I'm doing a break, it's just because my eyes are looking to the chart because yeah. Well, I mean, I longed 38 200, so I would say that was a very good entry because I have detected some walls there, but taking it a look to that here, that doesn't look very well. What we can see here, first of all, spot exchanges. Let us take a look to the spot exchanges, and we can see Bitcoin inflows are rising. We have a big activity here. At the same time, stablecoin net flow indicating more outflows than inflows at the moment. That's not good. Who is going to buy all Bitcoins they are going to sell now? Good question. I don't know. So what happened in the last 2 hours? We can see here, last hour 1,160 Bitcoin. That's just spot exchanges. It's not derivative. Okay, and we are talking about here a 0.95 weights ratio. So you can imagine that almost here, almost 90% or yeah, 90% of those 1,160 Bitcoins are from whales. The hour before, 1,400. We are talking about 2,500 Bitcoin. Another 400 Bitcoin here. We are talking about 3,000 Bitcoin that went directly to exchanges, to spot exchanges in the last 3 hours, while stablecoins are leaving the exchanges. Not good at all. Not good at all. We can see here 140 million US dollars in stablecoins just left the exchanges and almost no inflows happening here. The last one was here, and as you can see, even then we had more outflows than inflows. Wow, really wow. I mean, we have today some reports because Amazon Visa and Google are providing their results from last year. Maybe that's just a foretaste. That's possible. If that's the case, okay, but we need to see. Now let us check future market. So, futures. The first view, it's just a little bit shocking me, to be honest. Okay, what happened since yesterday? I would say funding rate up, and it maintains now at the moment a very stable level. So indicating we don't see a lot more longs than shorts, but we had here more demand for longs than for shorts at the moment. Yeah, it still looks, yeah, I would say maybe we have a little bit more demand for long at the moment. At the same time, open interest, it's doing actually almost the same what the price did because they liquidated, of course, some and some of them, like me, just took profit. Open interest just rised and it's declining again, I guess, because they are liquidating some futures. So, leverage ratio, I don't know what the people are doing. Just rising again. Okay, if they mean, I mean, I don't know. I have to work very hard for my money. I'm not going to play with the money in such way. However, we have here stablecoin inflows and outflows related to derivative exchanges, and we can see here it's almost flat and negative, even negative, indicating more outflows than inflows, and that's not good because it just means that we are not, I mean, if these guys are expecting such kind of big pump afterwards or something, I would expect more inflows to stablecoins, more stablecoin inflows than outflows because they are taking profit from that, let me see, from that move, and that's not cool at all. So let us see what's happening here. Mm, that looks also very crappy. Yeah, yeah, almost neutral. We had today in the morning a big outflow of bitcoins from derivative exchanges. 6,800 bitcoins. That's a lot. And we are not, well, we had here at least 2,000 bitcoin inflows, but 1,800 outflows. So that was a short-term operation, it seems. And even the last hour is indicating just a net flow of plus 100 Bitcoin. So 890 Bitcoin outflows, 1000 Bitcoin inflows. That's not big. That's not big at all. Let us see what the blockchain whispers are showing us. Okay. It seems they liquidated or closed some shorts because I did an analysis for the German community today, and it was at 1 billion. That was before we have started to dump very hard. We were dumping, I think it was at 39k or something. So we had almost 1 billion in shorts. Now longs are coming in, and I'm longing too. I don't know if that's a good sign. However, so we need to be very careful. Binance, as mentioned, is for me the key. I don't care about Bitfinex, I don't care about BitMEX, but Binance. Let us take a look here. What happened? Actually, that was for my German, for the German community, my liquidation map on FTX. Now let us see what happened. We have here, well, I wouldn't say huge, but a big liquidation cluster um, at 40,600 related to shorts. Now let us see if something changed since then. I see they are liquidating a lot of beers as well. Oh, that looks absolutely different now. What happened? Okay, they took profit, it seems, and now, yeah, we are maintaining that long cluster, still bigger than the short one, and we have at 39. Let us take a look. We have here something at 38, 741 some shorts, but we have a lot of longs, and that's, I mean, we are not talking about that big, right? Because if we check the bars, okay, the highest bar is indicating 100 million, and in the analysis I did before, it was almost 180 million or something, 150 million. So we had here a big bar, and that this, yeah, it seems they just took profit. Not really useful at the moment because Binance Bitcoin is just following SPY, SPX, and everything depends what's going to happen there. We are in a crucial level at SPX at the moment, SPY 420. If it holds 420, it's it's okay. If yeah, if we lose 420, that could be a huge dump also for Bitcoin, so we need to see. So, entity analysis. I don't know what's happening here. I think I have to renew my subscription. It was working before. Well, it wasn't really showing anything. It was the same thing we were seeing before. The market maker, so these guys here were maintaining its level, and this one were selling, and this one too. And we can take a look here, and we can see what's happening. Also, very interesting from timing if we check what's going to happen or what happened, and that looks very well prepared. These three guys are not going to buy the top, okay? But these three entities were very active here in the top. This one had a fund flow of 2,750 Bitcoin. That's the entity with 10 to 100 Bitcoins. This one sent 1,365 Bitcoin. That's the entity with 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin. And those were, I think these guys are, because they have the best trade behavior, something like the market makers are showing here a fund flow of 1,900 Bitcoins. They were more active here. These guys with 101k Bitcoin also sent 800 Bitcoin there. And the market makers, again, what happened afterwards? We dumped. I don't think that's coincidence. That was very, very nice planned. It was, for them, it was clear what's going to happen. And at the end, if we zoom out, we see that was just a dead cat bounce. So yeah, they are active, but we still see a sell pressure. So it seems they are pushing more and more to sell. And just following SPX, so maybe they have information advantage and they know that Google, Visa, and Microsoft are showing very weak numbers today, and so they are planning such kind of sell-off. That's possible just because they are following SPX, SPY. If that's going to happen, well, that's going to be big. So we see these guys are at the moment the market makers. They stopped. It seems. So the fund flow is just indicating you some fund activity. It's not saying buy, sell, what direction. Okay, just indicating this walls had some activity here. And usually, if you see such kind of activity, it doesn't mean they have started to sell here. If you notice some activity in these wallets, it's just sending, for example, their bitcoins to an exchange or related to the OTC. So preparing something. And you can see here also that the market makers were very active. If you check, I mean, that was a little bit obvious. So let us take a look who or what is moving the price at the moment. So market drivers, who or what is driving the market? To be honest, the only reason why I'm longing at the moment is that here. That's the only thing. Everything looks like crap. Looks so bearish. I would say I'm going to sell everything I have just to go short. But no, FTX is buying. I mean, we are not talking about 10,000. We are talking about the cumulative volume delta. Okay. So, but you see, they are buying, and Bitcoin margin contracts are not declining. I mean, FTX, okay. I mean, these guys could buy to dump. That's possible. Just strategic. That would be a strategic purchase to dump the price, to bring some fear, and to buy from the weekends. But that here, coin margin contracts, so futures with Bitcoin collateral, they are even rising, and that's for me bullish. These guys don't believe the price is going down even more. Not yet. Not yet. That's why I said I'm really short-term bullish. If you take a look, you can see that very well. First of all, you can see that's a lower low trend. But the whole game here, the whole formation was just created by stablecoin futures. They were initiated by coin margin contracts, FTX, and a little bit the aggregated. So they both a little bit, but that's it. So, but those here, it seems, have controlled their price, and that the the price is just reacting. So for me, if they would start to decline the coin margin contracts just to close or to sell their futures, the price will dump extremely. If that's going to happen, wow. But the only thing why I'm a little bit bullish at the moment, it's just because of that here. Almost a volume delta of 2000 Bitcoin by FTX. And that's indicating me they don't think that the price, they are planning something. In my opinion, maybe they know that Microsoft or Google or something is bringing a good financial report and we will bounce afterwards. That could be possible. Or, and that would be worst case also for my long, these guys are prepared to dump the market with the coin margin contracts, and then we will see. I can imagine 36k, 35k, whatever. But that's what's happening at the moment. If we just go to 5 minutes time frame, you can see that perfectly. What the price did, what what stablecoin futures did, what coin margin contracts are doing, what the aggregated spot, and what FTX is doing. So that's the only reason why I'm longing at the moment. We can take a look here. That's actually, let me see, Bitfinex. Bitfinex just, as you can see, sold the whole way down. And we can see here, that's Coinbase. Let us take a look to Coinbase. And Coinbase is now buying since 38.6. So we need to be careful. I mean, it's nice to see that because that's confirming a little bit what I thought. But that's it. That's really it. Femex also buying here. Interesting. Binance, that's the USDT. Okay, we know Binance are selling. And that's it. So at the moment, the price is driven by stablecoin futures and some spot buying. They are buying, at least as you can see, and we need to see if they want to buy or are buying spot to sell in upper levels, or they are just buying to dump the market even more, because that's institutional rules. They just purchase quick to generate fear, and that's it. But at the moment, the market is just following SPY, so we need to be careful, of course. But I think 38k could be our local bottom. However, we need to check Wales exchange walls to see if I'm right or wrong. So let us see. Coinbase right now limiting with 200 Bitcoin at 38k and 39.3 with 160 Bitcoin. So that's something also part of my decision to long because I have seen that in my analysis for the German community, and even just before, oh, that's yeah. Just before we arrived here, we were here. I have said we will bounce here at 38K then, and hopefully then go up. And that was where I said, "Come, I'm going too long." I just put an order at 38K, another at 38 to 50, and yeah. So I have a very nice entry at the moment of my long, and then we need to see what's going to happen next. So hopefully we can go to 39 and see what's going to happen next. So 39.3 would be, yeah, a level where I would like to see how the market reacts then. So we can see here Deribit, also interesting what Deribit did here, just limiting the way up and sent the price down. Binance, also 38K, right? Yeah, with 420 Bitcoin. Okay, they can remove these walls. Okay, of course they can, but for me, when they place such kind of walls, that's an indicator. They don't want to let the price go down. But if the pressure is big, of course they will let it go down then. 40, yeah, 40,700, but nothing. So 38K at the moment. As you can see, they had a wall here. Bitfinex, nothing, nothing. They 37, 37K, okay. FTX, that's very interesting what they did here. I don't know. But however, they are here now 36. Wow. Okay. 36. And they removed all walls, it seems. Hmm. Bitmax. Yeah, Bitmax also very interesting. Bitmax had at 38K a wall, and of course they triggered 10 million. Binance futures at the moment, wow. Okay, look that. Okay, so that looks like, at the moment at least, 37,500. That's a wall. And also here at 37,800. So they need to trigger all these orders if they want to go down. At the moment it looks 38K. It looks solid at the moment, but this here is also indicating again we are not going, at the moment at least, we are not going to bounce back. Doesn't look like. So 39K, yeah, that would be a nice quick profit for me if that plays out. But as you can see at the moment, we need to see because that's big. We have here they are placing a wall, and this wall is at 37,500. It seems here another one at 37,700. So maybe a beer trap. I don't know. Bitfinex derivatives, nothing, just here 27. And FTX perp at 37. Is that spoofing? No, 38K as well. Okay. So it seems 38K looks very solid, but also here, that's exactly the same language like Binance. Exactly the same language. Like they are synchronized. But FTX buying, that's the CBD. So that's it.